The ISTP personality type makes up approximately 5% of the total population. Now, the ISTP tend to be more men than women. So 8.5% of the population of men are ISTPs, while only 2.5% are women. The ISTP personality type is both tolerant and flexible, and they tend to be quiet observers until a problem appears, and then they're going to jump in because they want to solve problems, and they really act quickly when it comes to finding some kind of solution. They're going to be very analytical to get things done, and they can work through a lot of data in order to find solutions. That goes along with the sensing preference of their personality type. They are interested in cause and effect and organizing facts, and especially in logical principles. But most importantly about their personality type is they really value efficiency. When we look at some other pieces of their characteristic and go a little more in depth, we realize that the ISTP really uses their thinking side, which is their dominant function, to create and see the essential structure or relationships and patterns of facts and data. And they have a very quick mind. Their mind works almost like a computer in order to organize data and reason, especially reason objectively. And they're able to make great rational decisions. And all of that goes along with that thinking dominant function. And the reason that they're able to really organize data and make so many impersonal and objective reasoning and decisions is because they also have that thinking piece of their personality, which makes them realists. They are likely to be detached, objective critics. They're analytical, they're logical, they're problem solvers, practical, realistic, factual, pragmatic. Remember that they're expedient and they really believe in effort. They're only going to do what is needed, and they really don't want to have a lot of discussion and fuss over things because they want to focus instead on the results. The ISTP really is a very careful observer. They're going to watch, and that goes along with that introverted part of their personality, but they watch what's going around and they're collecting information, they're collecting data, and then when a problem or a need arises, that's when they're going to jump in. They're going to move very quickly to get to the core of the problem because they want to solve it. So one of the things to remember about an ISTP, key word for their personality is troubleshooter. They are spectacular troubleshooters. They are interested in how and why things work. Now remember though, although they like how and why, they're not particularly interested in theory and abstractions unless there's a particular practical application for that. However, this does also mean that they really do enjoy problem solving. They enjoy approaching a new problem, even if it is quite extensive. When we look at the opposite side of their personality, when they're stressed out and they're not at their best, we may realize that they tend to be very opinionated, and they become opinionated to the point that you cannot reason with them. And this goes along with that inferior function of feeling, which tends to be extroverted. And what happens is they can't control their emotions. It is very like an outburst. They become hypersensitive, and especially if they suspect that there's some kind of slight going on, and then they take all criticism in a very personal way. Remember also that because they're an ISTP, they really don't have a lot of ability to handle those feelings. Instead, what they're going to do is they're going to withdraw their energy. They're going to be unmotivated. They're going to show a lot of emotion, and they're not going to really know how to deal with other people's emotions. They become very cynical, sarcastic, critical, and very impatient with other people. Now, other ISTPs, this is how other people see them. They see them as being very tolerant, and that's because they have that perceiving personality type, which is amazing, that they are tolerant, they're easygoing, they're flexible. It's terrific. But they're also analytical, and they're able to make some great internal judgments, which they're not going to give or share unless at some point it comes to a need that they need to share it, they need to give it, or their values or their interpretations are being criticized or challenged. That's when they're going to really show that ability to show those judgments. Now, they're always looking for information, they want results, and they tend to be very steady and dependable. They're action-oriented. They will take a risk as long as the risk is based upon data. They are confident, they're independent, and they are self-determined.